This is Satya Pradyuman of Cirrus Research. The latest issue of the Looking Glass is just released. This is a report that looks at various investment themes through the lens of ETF funds. In this title, it's Know Your Exposure to the Mag-7. What we're getting at here is that, as we know, the Mag-7, Magnificent 7, the extended FANG, these names have run very, very hard in the last year. And as a result, they're becoming a bigger and bigger portion of not just the market, but some very specific ETFs. And in this report, what we wanted to do was really step back and think a little bit about what is your true exposure. What if you are looking at this investment theme in terms of individual stocks coupled with a few ETFs? Imagine what your real weighting is to this specific vertical. And so in taking a look at a number of these exposures, what you'll see is that when we look at some of the most sizable ETF exposures to technology, some of these funds currently are exposed to over 40% towards these 7 specific securities. So imagine what your real exposure is if you're holding the index as well, which has also got another 20+% exposure to these names, some very specific innovation technology sector funds. In other words, these are names that have been running very hard. If you look at to the right of this curve, this chart, you'll also see their really parallel betas that they're trading on. And the reality is that they're very high. So one of the realities is that, yes, this space has worked very well. It really is time to look closely to how exposed you really are, instead of just a sort of a surfacey benchmark number. When you take it all into account, you could be significantly exposed. In addition to that, what we also find is that in much of the other works that we published, the fundamentals really for industrials seem to be strong. Technology spending seems to be slowing. And so when we look at a relative value skew, the technology sector currently ranks one of the lowest of the sectors that we're tracking in terms of fundamental variables. Something to bear in mind as we get further and further stretched on the tailwinds of these stocks and how they're trading. Take a look at the full report, and as always, welcome to your questions. Thank you.